Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, and we're going to give you the rest of Week 7 as OBS got just timed out. As you see, the Rams were victorious 37-3, and they moved to 7-1. Tampa Bay drops to 3-5. Let's show you what you missed when the Heidi Bowl tried to take over the TV set. We got a safety at the end of the game, which was pretty cool. So we're just going to show you that. Here's the safety. Huff was in the end zone, and he is sacked. Rams picked up 2 more points as they once again stepped on the groin of Huff. So that's that. Let's just quickly look at Joe Namath's numbers, and then we're gonna sim out the rest of the week. So the Rams win 37-3, commanding first place lead in the NFC West. And let's look at Joe Namath. He had quite a game. He actually got hurt, but came back in. Namath, 14 of 23, 236 yards, 3 touchdowns, completed 60% of his passes, almost 61%. Was sacked 5 times. He did take a beating. For 30 yards of loss. Quarterback rating 135-14. John Cappelletti got hurt, and he'll be out for 4 weeks. We'll just give you the rushing numbers. McCutcheon was the workhorse, 22 carries, 100 yards. Tyler, 11 for 51. Phillips, the backup fullback, who now becomes a starter with the injury to Cappelletti, 5 for 16 and a touchdown. Receiving, McCutcheon, 9 for 60 out of the backfield. Jesse, 1 for 51. Scales, 1 for 48 and a touchdown. Nelson, 1 for 32 and a touchdown. Jackson, 1 for 30. Young, 1 for 15 and a touchdown. So there you have it. Cappelletti again out for 4 weeks. Rams 7-1. Now, let's sim the rest of the season. The rest of the Week 8. Can the Giants try to stay in a playoff hunt? They're 3-4. The Cowboys 5-2 lead the NFC East. And the Giants pull off the upset 13-6. Let's go to the highlights and see how the Giants did it. There's an interception here, but that's Pisarcik throwing the interception. Barnes for the Cowboys gets the pick. So the Giants pull off the upset here. Holy cow. That would lead to a Cowboy field goal by Efren Herrera. The Giants were going for the block.
It's good.
3-0. Then Danilo would tie it up for the Giants. And it was 3-3. So the Giants at the Meadowlands keep their playoff hopes alive. Another interception by Pisarcik. This time Hollywood Henderson with the pick. So the Cowboys defense standing tall, but the Giants defense played a little better. Finally, Pisarcik gets a big play to one of his own receivers. Play action fake. Pisarcik throws to the corner. Touchdown to Robinson. And the Giants are up after the extra point, 10-3. In the third quarter, the Cowboys closed 10-6. As Danny White holds, Efren Herrera with the field goal. And it's 10-6.
It's good.
Joe Danilo would boot another one through from 39 yards out, make it 13-6, and the Giants pull off the upset here in the Meadowlands.
It's good.
And that keeps their playoff hopes alive. Dallas did convert on a 4th down as they're trying to tie the game up. Staubach to Tony Dorsett, Heisman Trophy winner out of Pitt.
First down.
But then it came to an end with 58 seconds. 1st and 10 at the Giant 23. Newhouse would fumble. The Giants would come away with the pigskin and the victory. So the Giants upset the Cowboys 13-6. Now let's sim the Vikings 4-3 against the 3-4 St. Louis Cardinals, trying to hold on to playoff hopes. And the Cardinals pull off an upset. Holy cow. They're 4-4. The Vikings are 4-4. Let's go to the highlights. Wow. So the Cardinals upset the Vikings in Minnesota. Remember, the Vikings crushed our beloved Rams and Joe Namath. That's our only loss. So Tarkenton gets the Vikings on the board in the first quarter with a touchdown pass of 6 yards to Johnson. He hits Johnson out of the backfield. And there's the 6 points.
Touchdown.
Then Minnesota will go up 14-0. 13-yard pass. Tarkenton to Sammy White. 10 plays, 64 yards. Ending with this touchdown pass. Tarkenton rolled, throws back the other way. White has it. Extra point good. And the Vikings are cruising at 14-7. But late in the first half, Jim Hart, 6 yards to Pat Tilley. 12 plays, 80 yards, and the Tilley touchdown. Tilley was in the slot. And Hart zipped it in there. And Jimmy Hart hits Tilley. And the extra point was good. Cardinals only down by 7. They would tie it up early in the third quarter. A bomb from Hart to Stone. One play took 6 seconds and pulled the Cardinals to within 1. Here's the 80-yard bomb. Deep down the sideline. He hits Stone, and he is off to the races. Nothing but dirt in front of him.
Touchdown.
Extra point was good. We're tied at 14. St. Louis would take the lead. This time, a halfback reception by Mel Gray from Jimmy Hart. Kick was good. So Jimmy Hart was airing out the ball. Pass rush was in his face, but he hits Gray. Actually, that's not Mel Gray. Excuse me. That was Gray, the wide receiver. Extra point good. 28-20. Minnesota trying to rally late in the game, or late in the third quarter. Tarkenton looking, throws to the middle, complete. And Sammy White has a touchdown. Extra point good. And it was 21-20. So it was 21-20. They missed the extra point? 14. I missed a touchdown somewhere. St. Louis would block a punt.
It's blocked.
And that's a huge play there.
It's blocked.
And then Metcalf, Terry Metcalf, out of the shotgun. Up the middle. He's in. And that would give the Cardinals the win 28-20. Oh, the Vikings missed the extra point. I got confused there. All right, so wow, another upset in Week 8. Let's go back. And now, boy, do the Redskins have to win. They're 3-4, Baltimore 5-2. And the Redskins pull off the upset. That's going to bode well for the Patriots. They win 17-10. Hopefully we can do these highlights a little quicker, as I got confused there. So Baltimore would fumble here. There was a blitz, and Lydell Mitchell fumbles. Redskins recover, but they don't score. Now Burt Jones is going to throw a pick. Houston with the pickoff. When the Colts were in the red zone, no points for the Colts. Finally, the Colts get on the board. Jones to Dowdy, 22 yards and a touchdown. Again, in the red zone, Burt Jones, Dowdy, and he's going to get in. So he scores from out of the backfield. Extra point good, 7-0. Washington will tie it up. Billy Kilmer to Charlie Taylor. Those are names from the past. Billy Kilmer to Charlie Taylor. Kilmer all day, throws to the pylon, and a touchdown to number 42, Charlie Taylor. Extra point was good. We're knotted at 7. Baltimore would go up with 1 second left in the half on a 19-yard field goal by Linhart.
It's good.
At the half, it was 10-7 Colts. Jones will throw another pick. So Burt Jones did not have a good day. Good pass rush. Throws off his back foot. Houston with the interception. Washington would then score on a 10-play drive, 64 yards, culminating with a 12-yard run by Thomas. It's a pitch out. Thomas gets around the corner, and he's in for the Nestea plunge.
Touchdown.
Extra point good. Washington now up 14-10. And as the clock ran out, Mark Mosley boots through a field goal, and it makes it 17-10. And that keeps Washington playoff hopes alive as they're at 4-4. We've seen 3 upsets. You've seen the Giants upset the Cowboys. They're only a game behind the Cowboys now. St. Louis went into Minnesota to help their playoff cause. They're 4-4. Minnesota's 4-4. They upset Minnesota. Washington goes into Baltimore. They get to 500 as they beat the Colts 17-10. That's an opening for the Patriots now. So now we have the Chicago Bears. If they win, that's huge for the Central against a 2-5 Houston Oilers. Game in Houston at the Astrodome. And the Bears crush Houston 27-3. We will not look at highlights. Let's just go see what Walter Payton did. And let's go rushing. Walter Payton, 24 carries, 122 yards, 5.1 yards a carry. He did fumble twice, but to no matter and to no avail for the Oilers, as Chicago goes down south and crushes the men from Houston. Green Bay 2-5, Kansas City 0-7. Can the Chiefs finally win a game? No, they get trounced 38-0. They're now 0-8. Packers 3-5. In our game, we crushed Tampa Bay 37-3. We showed you the highlights, or you watched the game was on. Then the stream, YouTube changed my streaming key at the end, so I had to go change that. But anyway, great victory for the Rams. Joe Namath had a huge game. Saints 4-3, Eagles 4-3. Let's sim that out. And the Saints, wow, they're again another surprise team here. The Saints beat the Eagles. They go to 5-3. And let's check out the highlights in that close game. Saints get on the board first with a field goal in the rain in Philadelphia. Scott to hold. The field goal is good. 3-0 Saints as they go marching into Philly, the city of brotherly love. Another Zarro field goal. This time 23 yards in the second quarter. And it's 6-0 Saints.
It's good.
Philadelphia will fumble the ball in the rain. Hogan
Fumble.
puts the ball on the turf. Saints come away with it. Someone's looking down from above on those Saints. And it would lead to another field goal by Cesaro. 36 yards this time. Scott to hold. And it's 9-0 Saints. A big game with playoff implications in Week 8. Philadelphia gets on the board, and it's their special teams that did it. It's a blocked punt. Blanchard going to punt. Philadelphia coming after, trying to change the tide of battle. The punt is blocked, picked up by Bunting, and Bunting races the other way, lumbering, bumbling, stumbling, and he takes the wet Nestea plunge.
Block. Touchdown.
Extra point good, and it's now 9-7. Eagles back in this ball game. Archie Manning will finally get a touchdown for the Saints on a run. So Archie Manning, 4 wideouts. He scrambles as the pocket collapses, and he dives into the end zone. Extra point good. Saints up 16-7. Philadelphia at the 11:31 mark. A 9-yard run by Hogan, and they pulled it within 2, 16-14. Hogan, the up back, the fullback. Jaworski gives him the ball. Hogan, behind good blocking, on the counter left, goes in. So it was 16-14 Saints. And then Archie Manning aired it out 48 yards to Herman as the Saints increased their lead once again. Caught Herman in stride on that quick out. And then Herman races down the sideline for 6.
Touchdown.
Extra point good. 23-14. Philadelphia with 19 seconds left in the game. Jaworski throws to the end zone. Reaching out, making the catch is Smith.
Touchdown.
But that's how the game would end. 23-21. The Saints go marching into the city of brotherly love and put the smackdown to Philadelphia. Jim L has rejoined us. YouTube switched my streaming key. I had to find out what it was, and so you didn't miss anything. We got a safety, so we end up winning 37-3. A lot of fun. Rams are marching their way towards the playoffs, and we're just gonna sim the rest of the week here. I want to make sure everything's okay. 2-5 Sanford. We've had some upsets here. So again, Giants win at home. That's an upset over the Cowboys. They're 4-4. St. Louis goes into Minnesota and upsets Minnesota. Both their teams are 4-4. Washington went into Baltimore, and this helps out the Patriots. That's a huge win for the Redskins. They stay at 4. They go to 4-4. Baltimore drops to 5-3. Chicago trounces Houston. Green Bay trounces the hapless Chiefs, who are 0-8. As you see, we won 37-3. New Orleans just went into Philadelphia. Big win for New Orleans. They're looking for a wild card at 5-3. They beat Philadelphia 23-1. 2-5 San Francisco. 1-6 Atlanta. Atlanta wins 27-0. No need to show that. Big game here for the Patriots. 5-2. How do you do against 2-5 Buffalo in Foxborough? And the Patriots win to go to 6-2. Let's show you some Patriots highlights. So the Patriots win 23-10. We'll go to the highlights. Buffalo got on the scoreboard first with a 36-yard field goal by Long. And that just sneaks through. 3-0 Bills.
Good.
But New England would score 4 consecutive times after that. Grogan to Francis, 14 yards and the TD. Steve Grogan to Russ Francis.
Touchdown.
I think Howard Cosell called him the all-world tight end. Extra point good, 7-3. Then John Smith, 43-yard field goal. Owen to hold. 10-3 Patriots. This is a huge win for the Patriots.
Good.
Then field goal number 2 for John Smith, this time 28 yards away in the third quarter. And that made it 13-3.
It's good.
Ferguson will throw an interception. Howard will step in front of the pass for the Pats. And the Patriots are in business once again. Grogan to Stanley Morgan a short time later after the interception, second play. 40 yards and the TD. So Steve Grogan goes to the Roadrunner, Stanley Morgan. And Morgan slants to the middle, and no one's catching Stanley. Beep, beep. He's gone.
Touchdown.
Extra point good. 23-3. Buffalo would get one more touchdown. Joe Ferguson scrambles into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Extra point good, but the game would end 23-10. Big win for the Patriots, keeping pace with the Dolphins. They're now 6-2. Buffalo drops to 2-6. Miami 6-1, traveling to Shea Stadium in the New York Jets. Can the Jets pull off the upset and help propel the Patriots into a tie for first place? No, they don't. Miami wins 28-14. Let's go to the highlights very quickly. Miami scored the first 3. They scored the first 3 times, not consecutively, but they scored 3 times before the Jets put anything on the board. You see a touchdown here. Benny Malone, 18-yard touchdown run. The high-stepping Benny Malone.
Touchdown.
Kick was good, 7-0. Then Norm Bullock plunges in from in close. 2 tight end set. Bullock off tackle, I believe.
Touchdown.
No, they went sweep right. Sweep right. Extra point by your Premian Good. 14-0. And before you could blink, it was 21-0. Greasy, a short pass inside the 5 to Nat Moore. Play action fake. And he hits Moore in the back of the end zone.
Touchdown.
Moore outbattled the defender. As Jim L says, I'm enjoying your 77 replay, Al. Well, I thank you. Richard Todd taking over for Joe Namath. 33-yard pass. Todd to Wesley Walker. He rolls and he throws. And Wesley Walker, in stride, he goes all the way. You'll hear that a lot in years to come. Todd to Walker. And it was 21-7. But Miami comes back beginning of the fourth quarter. 10 plays, 98 yards, culminating Greasy to Moore, 17-yard touchdown pass, and it was 28-7. Play action fake. Greasy throws, hits Moore in the middle. He goes in for 6. With 5:40 left in the game, Richard Todd once again to Wesley Walker, this time from 24 yards out. Cutting the lead in half, but
Touchdown.
a lot too late. 28-14 Miami. As Jim L says, Todd, another out of Bama. You are correct. Richard Todd out of Alabama. So Miami maintains their AFC East divisional lead with a 7-1 record, as the Patriots now are a game behind. Cincinnati, Cleveland. I might want to show that one. I don't know. You know what? We're just going to sim it. And Cincinnati wins 17-0, so Cleveland's hopes of a playoff, well, they're still 4-4. This is a big game. Denver looking to go to 7-1. Pittsburgh struggled. They're 2-5. And the Broncos win 27-23, and you can kiss Pittsburgh's playoff hopes goodbye. Let's go to the highlights quickly. And we have a interception of Craig Morton in the rain in Denver, Mile High Stadium. And Shell intercepts the ball. And Pittsburgh gets a Roy Jarella field goal. Graff to hold. 3-0 Pittsburgh. This was a big game for Pittsburgh. Any hope of a playoff run needed to start in Denver. And actually, that's where their playoff hopes came to an end, because Denver would tie it on a 49-yard field goal. Straight-ahead kicker Jim Turner, former Jet, Super Bowl III. And it's 3-3. That light air in Mile High. Pittsburgh, Rocky Blyer plunges in from 5. Extra point good. 10. Actually, it's a pass, Blyer out of the backfield. Bradshaw to Blyer. Play action fake. Extra point good. 10-3. Then a Jarella field goal, as the second quarter was coming to an end. And that made it 13-3. Things were looking good for the Steelers. Denver, with 1:22 left in the half, Craig Morton will hit Doblin, a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it's 13-10.
Touchdown.
As the point after was successful. And then Denver would get the ball back one more time. As the clock would run out for the half, Turner sets up for a 27-yard field goal. They went 6 plays, 51 yards, 40 seconds. Here's Turner for the tie. Again, rain falling. And it is good. And look at that. 13-13. The Bucks got trounced, Uncle Dave. Third quarter. Wright intercepts Bradshaw, and this probably turned the tide of battle. Bradshaw back to pass. Wright steps in front of that pass that was intended for the wideout. But Shell comes right back, and Pittsburgh defense holds as Craig Morton throws his second pick to Shell. So it's a defensive struggle in the rain at that time. Then Pittsburgh, has a fumble, and it's Franco Harris who fumbles. He couldn't hold on to that wet pigskin. But that did not cost Denver, because you know what they did just 5 seconds later in the rain? They fumbled the ball. Armstrong on the sweep. He fumbles. Unbelievable. It's a fumble palooza. Turnover for turnover. Where were we? Fumble. Pittsburgh would then drive 71 yards on 8 plays. Franco Harris, 4-yard touchdown run. Jarella's kick was good. And Pittsburgh took the lead 20-13. Then Art Shell gets his 3rd pick. Morton completes his 3rd pass to Art Shell for the Steelers. So Craig Morton having an awful game. But the Steelers don't take advantage of it, because they get a pick 6, the Broncos, as Bradshaw returns the favor. My God, this was a turnover fest. Jackson with the interception, the linebacker, and he goes all the way, and we're tied after the extra point at 20. That was Tom Jackson. Pittsburgh would take the lead in the 4th quarter at the 10:44 mark as Jarella boots one through from 46 yards. Again, rain falling. And Jarella gets it up and good.
It's good.
Oh my Lord. Art Shell, unbelievable. That's his 4th pick. He made the All-Star team. He made the Pro Bowl just in this game alone. He was an all-time great. So Craig Morton really having a good time with Art Shell. But then Pittsburgh fumbles the ball. They could have really put some distance between them. And it's Blyer who loses the wet pigskin. Denver comes away with it. And then Bradshaw throws another pick 6. Unbelievable. And Foley races past Bradshaw's diving attempt. He takes the Nestea plunge. Extra point good by Turner. 27-3. 1 second left. Pittsburgh on the 8 or the 11 throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Bradshaw to Swan. Well defended by Wright. And the game is over. So that was a tight one. Pittsburgh loses 27-23. They're now 2-6. Hopes of playoffs are gone. Denver 7-1. Well, you know what? A lot of playoff implication here now. San Diego 4-3, Detroit 4-3, and Detroit wins 20-10. They're 5-3. No highlights for that one. That's just Oakland 5-2, trying to keep pace with Denver. Denver's already beat Oakland twice. Seattle 1-6, and the Seahawks are trounced. So 8 weeks are done as Oakland wins 28-6. Let's just go back and let's go to the standings now real quick. And let's take a look at the AFC East. Miami at 7-1, New England at 6-2. New England fighting for a wild card. Baltimore 5-3, still hanging in there. That was a bad loss by Baltimore. Washington went in and they beat them. Cincinnati has that Central looked all but wrapped up. They're 7-1. Cleveland 4-4. Pittsburgh and Houston pooping themselves at 2-6. Denver still in a tight struggle with Oakland, except they've beaten Oakland twice, so they really have a 3-game lead. They're 7-1. Oakland is 6-2. San Diego 4-4. Seattle 1-7. And Kansas City's a hapless 0-8. Let's go to the NFC. In the NFC East, Dallas went into the Meadowlands hoping to squish the Giants, and the Giants beat them. So Dallas dropped to 5-3. Giants went to 4-4. You can see the logjam, second place. Philadelphia 4-4. St. Louis 4-4. Giants 4-4. Washington 4-4. Philadelphia was upset by the Saints, and St. Louis went into Minnesota and upset them. As we said, the Giants beat Dallas in the Meadowlands, and Washington went to Baltimore and beat them. So now you have Detroit 5-3, Chicago 5-3, and it's the Vikings looking up at 4-4. Green Bay and Tampa Bay 3-5 still have some outside hopes. And our beloved Joe Namath-led Los Angeles Rams crushed Tampa Bay. We're 7-1. New Orleans 5-3. Atlanta and San Francisco both 2-6. The Dolphins are ahead in the AFC East, Jake. We'll show you one more time. 7-1. Division record. Actually, the Patriots are 4-0 in the division. So that's going to be a big game with the Dolphins when that comes up, and that will be shown on the channel. Let's go back for a second and look at league leaders. Joe Namath, quarterback rating 100.73. He's completed 54.3% of his passes, 90 completions, 166 yards, and he's thrown for 1,550 yards, 11 touchdowns, and only 3 picks. He has been sacked 20 times. Huff for Tampa Bay has been sacked 38 times and kicked in the nuts several thousand other times, so that's pretty funny. So Joe Namath doing pretty good, actually quite good, as we try to use him when we can be successful. We don't like to throw on passing downs because he's not going to succeed too much. All right, let's move on to Week 9. And New England goes to Miami. That will be a featured game. We will show that on the channel. St. Louis and Dallas might be a featured game. My God, Washington. We might have 3 to 4 featured games here. Who do we have? The Rams are playing. Who are we playing? Where are the Rams? Oh, we go to Green Bay. Big game for the Rams, obviously. So we're definitely going to show you the 6-2 Patriots traveling to Miami where they never won in the 70s. Or even up until, I think it was up until, obviously, when they won the AFC Championship game in 85 against the 7-1 Dolphins. Well, we're definitely Patriots, Miami. Obviously, Joe Namath and the Rams against the Packers. We show all those games. We might give you St. Louis and Dallas, and we might give you Washington and Philadelphia. Those are the big games as they're battling. We could even give you the Giants and Tampa. Those are all playoff implications. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. The other stream at the very end got cut off because YouTube changed my streaming key. Thank you, YouTube. So we had to redo that. Let's go back to Week 7. And just to tell everyone who's watching, obviously the Rams held on to win 37-3. Los Angeles wins in a laugher, routing Tampa Bay. And we're just going to show Uncle Dave Gardner one more nut shot for Huff. As you guys missed this, we had a safety at the end. It was awesome. Where's the safety? Tackled in the end zone. Here's the safety. And Huff gets kicked in the Paulines. And that is how the game ended. 37-3. So thank you very much. As Jim L says, go Rams. Jake Cruz, people only care about Miami and New England. Well, again, we're definitely going to show that. So one more time, we will look at Week 9. Miami and New England definite. So we definitely have at least 2 games. Rams, Packers, because we play as the Rams. New England at Miami. But we might give you a few more. So thank you very much. Till next time, health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Stay safe. Be smart. It's good to have Uncle Dave Gardner back streaming. It was fun to listen to you no matter what the game was. Hope all is well. And he got interrupted by Uncle Ron. It was kind of fun. So, till next time, I appreciate your time. Greatly appreciate your time. You know what's coming, folks. Peace! Love you all.